Today we're going to be talking about three movies, which are Metropolis, The Dark Knight, and Wall-E. So I'm going to start with Metropolis. So this movie takes place in like a dystopian city where there's like a really big disparity between the working class and then the city planners, which are like the rich people. So like in the city planners, they have like way better lifestyles, like they're privileged and stuff, whereas the lower class, they work underground, like in really poor conditions and stuff like that. So then there's this character in the movie. His name is Freder, who is John Frederson's son. And John Frederson is like the city leader, like he's the boss. So Freder decides that he gets curious and he wants to go see what it's like to like be part of the lower class and be like working underground and living underground in like such different conditions than what he's used to. And when he goes and he's able to observe it firsthand, he realizes that it's totally unfair and that he's actually, like, he realizes he wants to help them, like, have better lifestyles, and he wants to act as a mediator between the rich people and the poor people. And he does that along with this other guy named Rotwang, but Rotwang ends up, like, being evil at the end. And he turns on Freder and he tries to kill him, but at the end Rotwang dies, so he's irrelevant. So the myth and ritual aspects of this movie, a lot of them were like religious anecdotes. So for example, like John Frederson being like the head of the city that lives above the ground, his son decides to go underground and see what it's like to live as like the common folk. Whereas like in the Bible, I think God sends Jesus to earth to like live as a human and see the struggles that, you know, humans go through. So like Frederson goes down to the underground and sees the struggles that the poor people go through. And then also at the end, like some of these machines, there's like a lot of chaos and anarchy like going on once like Frederson's movement to provide the lower class with better conditions starts. And like at the end, these like machines are destroyed, which ends up leading to a flood. And so this is also representative of Noah's flood, or Noah's Ark, which is like a biblical story that happens because of a flood where like a lot of like people and animals die. But the Noah's Ark, it gives way to like it gives society a chance to restart in like better conditions. So yeah, that's Metropolis. The second, and the audience, hold on. The audience for Metropolis is, I would say, is probably like adults, because the movie is pretty old. It was made in 1927. It's like black and white, and it's not really like funny. Like it deals with a lot of serious topics, and like it's not, I wouldn't say it's for kids. I would say it's like for just grown-ups. And also because of the political stuff. Okay, so the second movie is The Dark Knight. So this movie is pretty popular, so I feel like you guys all know this movie takes place in Gotham, which is a dystopian city that's like covered in crime and chaos. And then there's Batman, who's like the superhero, and then the Joker, who's the villain. So the Joker wants to kill Batman, but I think he doesn't really know who Batman is, like the real person. So he comes up, like he gathers the other villains that are in the city, and he comes up with this plan to like keep killing people, like kind of as a game to like lure Batman to reveal his true identity. And so then he can finally know who he is and kill him. But then there's this other guy named Harvey, who I think like Batman's friend, I don't know. And he like admits to be Batman, but he's not. He's like lying to like protect Batman maybe. And the Joker goes after him and his girlfriend, which ends up turning out really badly because Harvey gets like half of his face burnt and his girlfriend dies. So that was not a good idea for him to do. And then there's this other scene in the movie where the Joker puts, like, he fills two ferries, like little boats, with people, and he says something like one of them is filled with criminals and the other one is filled with innocent civilians. And he like, it's almost like the Saw movies where he plays like this little game where he like says that one of the ferries has to blow the other up in like a certain amount of time, or he's gonna blow both of them up. both of the fairies, like, they didn't blow each other up. And this was also like a plan to lure Batman out and see what he would do about it. And the myth and ritual aspects of this movie are that, so the same way that Harvey pretends to be Batman, the same way that Harvey pretends to be Batman, it kind of relates to Atlas, which is a Greek myth, or Greek or Roman, no, Greek, a character from Greek mythology who imitates Zeus, and then he's struck by lightning in the end. So Harvey pretends to be Batman, and he like gets half of his face burnt off in the end. And then another scene, which is the fairy scene, also contributes to myth and ritual, because you can see good versus bad. So you have the Joker, who's like bad. He's trying to get the people to like kill each other. He's trying to get the people to kill each other, but all of the people that are on the fairies are trying to, like, I guess, better themselves, or like show that they have good in them, and they end up not killing anybody. So yeah, that's that movie. And then the last one is WALL-E. So WALL-E's like the audience for The Dark Knight, I feel like I don't know, it's a superhero movie. I feel like everybody likes those. Anyways, the last movie is WALL-E. So this one takes place in a futuristic dystopian Earth, which is where WALL-E lives. And like Earth is deserted and like covered in litter and trash and garbage, and he's like a little robot who like is trying to clean it up or something, and he's trying to find plants. So the people that used to live on Earth, they went to they went on the ship called the Starliner, which is where they live now. They practically just live like these really, not lavish, but like really comfortable lives, like, and so there's like obesity and like poor health and poor habits. But yeah, so then WALL-E is on Earth, and he meets Eve, who's like, Eve is another robot who's trying to find life, any remaining life on Earth. And so they meet each other, and WALL-E shows Eve his plants. He has like live plants. So she's like, okay, like there's a chance like for life to be here on Earth. So she goes to the Starliner because she's trying to bring the Starliner back so that like life can restart on this planet. But like the technology on the Starliner that like would allow it to travel back to Earth is broken. So then for a lot of the movie, it's like WALL-E and Eve trying to figure out how to get the Starliner and all the people back to Earth. But the myth and ritual aspects that take place in the movie would be that WALL-E and Eve represent Adam and Eve, because once Earth has become deserted, Eve is a girl, WALL-E's a guy, and they're both trying to like begin society again, like by bringing the Starliner back with all the people that used to live on Earth. And in that same situation, the Starliner could be representative of Noah's Ark, because like only the people who survived made it to the Starliner and left Earth. Now they're gonna come back and try to create like a better society that hopefully like stays away from littering and like not taking care of the environment, so that Earth doesn't end up in the same conditions that it's in like during the time that WALL-E lives there. And I mean, WALL-E's WALL-E's sort of representative of the vegetation god, or the god of vegetation. Because first of all, he like is able to find plants, like live plants in this deserted planet, and he also sacrifices himself to bring everybody back and is resurrected in the end. But yeah, thank you for watching. Bye.